Happy
Here,
Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Here we are, midweek update. Yes, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, but just around the corner is the beginning of Advent.
Mhm.
Sunday, the 29th, we start Advent. And we thought today we'd like to talk with you about some of the things that are coming up, that are in process, some of the things we're looking forward to. So we're going to dive right in and start with the Advent candle project, putting Advent candles into your hands. So, Seth, you want to talk a little bit about the plans for that?
Yeah, yeah. So, uh, exciting things are happening with the Advent candle delivery process. In the last week since we last talked, the sets have all been made, and now we're just in the delivery process. So, they went out in the mailboxes to folks that live in the manor and at Timbercrest. And so, if you are at Timbercrest, we have got battery powered lights, and attached with all of those, attached with all of them will be um, a little sheet of paper that has some information. But one of those just says if you have these battery powered lights, that you twist them like you're closing a jar of peanut butter, and you whoops, I should have practiced this before, I guess. Got a little too loose, but you turn them until the light goes on, and then you can turn them off. And they'll all look the same until you do that. And then some of them are purple, some of them are pink and white. And so anyway, that's on the instructions. But I thought I would, just show that I can operate them.
Well, or if you don't do it the right way, you can recover and do it correctly after that.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I practiced that just to show how I could try it. Uh, then the really important thing that I want folks to know is that Amy is going to be providing a time this Friday, and from 10 to 12 to noon, uh, that 2 hour window will be an opportunity to come and pick up your set. And we'll do the pickup just on the drive-through area here at the church. Like folks remember when we did the food pantry, and lots of folks came and dropped off stuff there. So we'll be there, and you can come pick up your set from 10 to noon. And if you can't make that time, then we will deliver them between Friday and that Saturday to those that live in town. And those that do not live in town that we're not able to get to, they will all be delivered within the week. So had a little trouble with the candles and with the wax candles, so we didn't get them till late enough that we were not able to put those in the mail for folks. But they will be there, and folks will have them for the second week. So I think yeah.
Seth, what should people do if um, Saturday comes, maybe they didn't come by or they didn't know if they were included, and Saturday comes and they're kind of wondering, I'd like to participate. What do I need to do? Something? Is there somebody I should contact? What's your advice?
Yes. Well, first, if you're someone who would have been on our list through the directory, you might go out and look in your mailbox, because that's where we're going to put a lot of them, in the mailboxes or in the door. And I put this on a slide that'll air Sunday too for people who've been watching our online services, or someone who we might not have an address for or know that's been watching during this time that wants to participate. We have extra sets, and so if they would just contact the church office, they could contact me directly, but I don't know that my information is on the slides. But the church office would be easy, either calling or email, and let us know your address, and then we'll get you. We'll either mail it or we'll drop it off, depending on where they're at. Or please contact us if we get through this next week and somehow your set got misplaced and you didn't get one, somehow it may have got lost in the delivery process, let us know that. Let us know that
It's
too. Because if we drop it off, we'll check it off our we'll check it off our list if we put it in the mailbox, um, and so you know.
Yeah,
But
people should not assume that they're not included or we don't want they should assume that we want them to have it and we'll work to make that work. But it's a bit of a logistical challenge to get it all done, and we are going to have a little bit of a delay in the ones that get mailed out. But we want people to have these gifts from the church, and so people can help us to know if somehow something's been missed.
yeah, that's good to say. We have made the project expansive to cover more than the number of people in our directory. So please let us know. We're wanting to gift everyone a set. So yeah.
Okay. Let's keep moving. As we come to Sunday, we're going to have a breakout group in the all church Zoom call. And Amy, do you want to talk about that special Advent focus?
Sure. You've heard it from me before. 4 Sundays in Advent, we are going to have a special Advent series called Magnify the Light. There will be a short 5-minute centering contemplative video, bit of theological presence, and then we'll have discussion afterwards. So this coming Sunday, it is called Cup of Longing.
Okay. We'll look forward to that. And I also want to mention that we are doing the Angel Tree Project. We've talked about that a little bit. With the email that comes out midweek, coming out today, that has a button for midweek update, there'll also be a button that you can click that will take you to a live sign-up sheet for the Angel Tree Project. So you'll be able to click on that button. It'll open up a page that'll show you what gifts are being asked for. There's numbers, there's the gifts, there's the description, and there's a place for you to sign your name. So if you're going to take one of the tags, that's the way you'll do it. And there's also information about how and when to return things, and all of that information is there. But we want to be sure that we get started on that because those tags are now available, and we have a couple of weeks to take care of getting those gifts lined up. We also want to mention, as we're looking forward a week to December 6th, we want to talk about our luminary walk and carol sing. So Seth, do you want to talk about that as well?
Yeah. Want to let people know there'll be some more information coming out, but to save the date for December 6th at 6:30, we are going to have a luminary walk, and it's going to the walk is going to lead us out to over to the area just beyond the solar panels there, and there's a big area where the luminaries will be in a circle, and we'll gather in a large spread out circle, and there we're going to have a carol sing, like if we had gone out caroling like we did last year to Peabody and Timbercrest and into different places. And so we'll have carol sheets by PDF that people can have the words if need be for some of those tricky second verses, maybe of some of those not so familiar parts of the carols.
Here at Manchester, we know the second verses by heart. It's the third verse that we struggle with.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always another bar, even for the high achievers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those tricky third verses, and we'll just gather out there by the lights of the luminaries and just singing together, and we're gonna record that, and then we will post those online so that they can have a wider viewing for those at Timbercrest or other folks that don't feel comfortable. We are requiring folks to wear masks, even though we're outdoors and we're going to be spaced out. But ask that people wear masks and keep a safe distance from one another.
there's lots of space out there, just south of the solar panels. So it's a great area to have an event and have really people spread apart. So that should work well. Um, one other thing that we want to point toward in terms of, there's other things upcoming in Advent, and we'll talk about those in upcoming weeks. But we do want to look all the way toward Christmas Eve and tell you. I mentioned this in announcements last Sunday that we're going to have a virtual congregational choir. So maybe it's better to say we're going to have a virtual, not the word choir, because it's congregational. It's a congregational group, as if we were together singing on Christmas Eve. We'll do that virtually for the song Joy to the World, which, as all of you know, is my favorite part of Christmas Eve. You guys don't understand this, but everybody knows that I agree that Joy to the World is a tradition that I will no longer touch or disrupt. In fact, I will promote it, and we are doing that through a virtual choir. Now, when you get the email with the midweek update and you see the midweek update button and you see the angel tree button, there's a third button that'll be virtual Joy to the World singing, and that will get you started if you want to participate in singing together Joy to the World. And what it will be is there'll be a on the screen that for that evening, when we get to that final hymn, Joy to the World, it'll be a whole sea of people singing, of faces, of holding their candles for our candlelight singing. And we're hoping that will give you the feel of being together as a congregation. So we do look forward to that. I was, you know how I feel about Joy to the World, but I'm really excited that we can do this together. I think it'll be great. Now, as we finish up, we do want to circle back around to this first Sunday of Advent, and Amy and Seth and David have collaborated on a song that's going to be showing up each Sunday through Advent. So you want to give us a little taste of that?
Yes. And I do want to mention, as we're going to close, that all the things that we mentioned, as well as some other things that we haven't mentioned that are happening later, are going to come out in an Advent guide that will be out in the Friday email that also comes out on Sunday, so folks can see all this information too in a written form. How the light comes in, how the light comes into, how the light comes into the world, how the light comes in, how the light comes into, how the light comes into the world.
Thank you, Amy and Seth and David, for that. As we move through Advent, there's going to be some verses to that and some growing of that chorus. And by the time we get to Christmas Eve, it's already going to be sitting in your heart right from the beginning. But it'll be one of those things that will grow in us as we move through the season. These are tough times. These are strange times. But I really hope that the things that we are planning and working on and inviting you to join us in are things that will meet your need in this time to create a space to welcome the Christ.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.